Alright, update on the Vanguard rear end. So now I'm ready to put the new sill on. Okay? All of these Vanguards always have this spacer. Alright, due to the damage, this one got damaged itself. And the bolts that would be right under here got broken out. So I'm just going to put them right through. I've marked all the holes. And I'm going to put a bolt and a nut underneath to help hold it. Alright, this is like a rubber gasket, like a door seal. So you just hammer that in, and that creates a seal between here and here. So I just usually hammer it in. Back in it goes. Now I had to measure and eliminate this because I'm not rubbing that smooth. I don't care about it. So I'm just going to cut this straight and off. The other side as well. Put it in here, tack it up and weld it. Because everything else is completed. And then eventually put the bumper and everything else on. So, yeah, we're ready for that. There we go. Okay, put the screws into the cross members. There's about 16 in each one. All right, 20 of them. Okay, so it's clamped in. I had to notch it out. Clamp it, lift it, support it, and close the doors. Make sure they close easily. Okay. Okay, need to get some light on here. Alright, so here's the slider rails. 2 of them. Okay. Now, before I put this slider rail up on this trailer on both sides, I had to take this piece off and clean it. They didn't give me new ones of those. There's the other side. Right. So putting this in line means putting the bolts on the bumper. First I had to install the bumper first and foremost. Like, you really need all your parts here so you can put this back together. Now, there is a difference between this trailer. This is a Reaper Vanguard rear, but it doesn't have a pinto hook on it. So they have 2 different sills for that application. Pay note to the 3 bolts here. 3 bolt holes. They're supposed to be a piece that you weld here and you bolt those on. I'm not going to do that. I'm planning on just putting that straight on there after all this is tightened up and welding that to this area through these plug holes and all that. I'm just going to disregard those and maybe just weld that up against here. That's my call. I can do that. If they're going to replace this sill, they're going to have to cut that off. I mean, that's just it. Hopefully it's unlikely, but that's the deal. All right, so signing off for the next round. Okay, I guess I'll buy that. Now finished welding on the locks and everything. Well, I tacked it on. I closed the door, they weren't even, so I had to square it up. So let's take it down and close the doors and see what happens. Okay, now bumper uprights are on. I use cantainers because they look like the original Huck bolts. It's novelty. It was a waste of time, but hey, let's make them look good. Alright, these are on. They're loose. I have to notch these. They get welded, plug welded to this on either side. So I'm getting ready to put these on. I got to prepare these. I have to zip this a little bit off right there so it will butt up against there. That way I don't have to worry about measuring. That's just going to be the stop. It should be the same for the holes to line up for the bogey, which is fine. So this is on the roller bench. That's so I can work out there. Zip those, and then come back and hang them. Measure them out and weld them. Okay, ready to go on. Okay, one slider rail's on. Galvanized. Yummy. Rear reinforcements on. Now it's time to put the other one on. I was doing this by myself too. So in advance I heated up the area that this is going to get welded to. Okay. I mean on every one of them, you can see it. Then I weld on top. Then I put the gussets on. Every other one. That's how it was, that's how it is now. So this, I notched it there. I slide it up on top of here by myself and just butt it up against there. Like so. I'm going to do that again, then I go to the other side, which is still on the table. And there's one of the jacks that I made. You can see it over there, you know. I use that to crank it up, and then I line it up on those. See, there's a vice grip holding thing. Maybe I'll move over so you can actually see it. I put it right against there. Have one on the back, and I marked these off from what was original, the ones that we cut off. And so I'll just clamp that there, clamp the back on, clamp them all up, tack them, and weld them. And then put that thing back under here. So that's where we are. Okay, signing off.